am Jackson with the pregame speech, and this is something I've been wanting to do. This is a long form video. I am going to be ranking my favorite player on every single team. So we've got every team represented, and we'll be ranking them based off of their skill. Maybe some of this will be biased because they are my favorite players, but I am super excited to do this. I will be giving a little bit of backstory on why I rank them, how I rank them, and why they're my favorite players. Starting off, we have Jordan Walsh. And Jordan Walsh, I've known him since the moment he got drafted. Not the moment. But we were at a pizza place, my family was, and it was a summer league game. So, it's the bench players. It's the players like him and Ron Harper, and Peyton Pritchard was probably the star on that team. I don't even know if they let him play. This is maybe I think this is the championship year. But, so we're sitting there and I'm watching it. I'm younger. I don't understand as much. But I asked my parents, I go, what's his deal? Like, what's going on with his hair? And they obviously explain, he has alopecia. He has no hair anywhere on his body. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I feel like I've seen maybe one person with that before, but I didn't know what it was. And I kid you not, less than 4 or 5 months later, I start to develop alopecia. Obviously, I still have hair. I'm not full Jordan Walsh, but I'm losing it. But he's my favorite player. I've DM'd him a couple of times, but he's probably my favorite player out of anyone on this list. Overall, skill-wise, I think you could say he's underrated, but he's still a bench player. This bottom category, I was thinking about just going bench, underrated, elite, all-star. This category was sheerly for this guy and like 3 other players. I'm recording this. I'm gonna do, maybe this is, I think, take 2 or take 3, but I can't remember this guy's name, and I was gonna go search it up, but then I was like, wait a minute, this is the exact reason why I'm making this video. He plays for the Nets. He wears number 13. That's my favorite number because of Brock. Here's Brock right here. So he's the best or worst that I could find. He is that category. That is the category to its finest. And then next we have Jose Alvarado. He's not on, I don't like the Knicks. I don't like any New York team. I'm super, I like Jalen Brunson, egg and cheese. But Jose Alvarado, I just love the way that he plays. He's 6 foot, maybe 182. He sits somewhere in the 180, 190, 200 range. I think he is, I don't know, I feel like he is a bench player. He backs up one of the best players in the league. Is he underrated? I think he's just known for the way he plays. I don't feel like he's known really for how good he plays, which he really is a good player, so I'm going to put him into underrated. Next up, okay, Quentin Grimes. I will say going into this, I'm a Thunder fan. I am a Thunder fan. I am a Celtics fan. My dad's from Boston. I'm from Oklahoma City. So, I'm not a big Sixers guy. I'm not a big Knicks guy. But Quentin Grimes, he played on the Mavs last year or 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. And oh my gosh, there's Shrek Lego sets. That's insane. But we went to a Mavs game at AAC. And it was the night he postered Porzingis. And in some ways, I should put him as my least favorite player. It was between him and Kelly Oubre, but I think it was nominated for Dunk of the Year. I don't think it won it. I think he is also underrated. I think he is a 6-man waiting to happen. I think if he went to a situation that needed a point guard, I think that he would start, if not be their sixth man. So I'm gonna put him in underrated. I'm not saying that he's an all-star and he's underrated to be a superstar, but he's still underrated. Um, Scotty Barnes. I should probably make all-star spelled right, but Scotty Barnes. I remember watching the all-star, the skills competition, the one where he like completely botched it and was just. But I like him because at the end of the day, it is a child's game. It is a game that is played by children. It is a game. That's exactly what it is. Um, but he just has so much fun playing the game, and he doesn't care what anyone thinks. I think is he is an all-star technically, but I think he needs to still get over that hump. I think he has to get into the 25, 10, and 5, which I think 100% he can do. I think he could even get to 25, 12, and 7. I think he can get close to averaging a triple-double. He's not a small guy. Unlike our next Yuki Kawamura, I remember sitting in class, because I think it was probably history, because history was just the most boring, useless class ever. But I'm sitting in history, and I have nothing better to do, and I'm like, whose NBA highlight should I watch? Yuki. Like, Yuki is the best answer. He's 5'7", he's the only player below 6 foot. And he went on a stretch of 3 games where he scored like 40 and had 30 assists. For a bench player, that's insane. I think he is probably underrated. I think he could get into the rotation more. But at the end of the day, he's 5'7". I will put him in bench. I don't know. I think Walsh is probably better. I think he's less known. I could definitely put Walsh into the underrated, but he doesn't play any offense at the end of the day. He's a great player. I love Jordan Walsh, but he needs to definitely get his offense, especially in the playoffs. He played for his defense. And then this next one, you're probably thinking like Jordan Tyson. What does this kid know about Jordan Tyson? So Jordan Tyson, crazy enough, went to the same middle school I'm currently at. You can look it up. It'll say he went to a different one. He didn't. Him and his brother Jalen both went to the school. There's posters in the weight room that say like Jalen Tyson, Jordan Tyson. If I did this with the NFL, which I'm very well might, I think I'd probably put him on that as well for where did he get drafted? New Orleans. I'd put him for New Orleans. I'm trying to think. He is a bench player. I think he probably is underrated, but I think I'll put him high bench, maybe low underrated. And then for the Pistons, I think Cade Cunningham is probably. I mean, he gets his flowers. At the end of the day, he gets his flowers. But he is a ceiling. He's the best player in the league. Floor, he's still a top 10 player in the league. I think this year, I don't know where he finished in MVP voting, but I think you could argue he is a top 5 player in the league. I think you could probably say Shea's better than Cade. Jokic is better than Cade. Wemby's better than Cade. And then I think it's Cade. I don't know who has made. The Pistons lost 26 games in a row. And then Cade Cunningham led them to the playoffs. Now, Cade Cunningham was on that 26-loss team, but he single-handedly turned the Pistons around. There's nobody else that you can even argue. Now, you could say, well Jalen Duren did it. Jalen Duren would not be a fourth of the player maybe he would. He would not be a third of the player he is if it were not for Cade Cunningham. I think he is the epitome of an all-star. He does everything. He plays defense. He's a great defensive player. I'll stop glazing Cade Cunningham. Let's go on to TJ McConnell. I think TJ McConnell, if you ask most people favorite player on the Pacers, it would be between Halliburton and McConnell. I think he's 32. He plays like he's 25, but he just shows so much heart. I think he is. I don't think he's underrated. I think he's probably right here on bench. I think he started this year because Halliburton was out, which prove me, say I'm wrong. Halliburton should play the 2 guard. Halliburton should play the 2. Luka should play the 3. You shouldn't have 6-7 point guards. You shouldn't have 6-7 point guards. Speaking of 6-7, Thanasis Antetokounmpo. Who do you like more on the Bucks? Like, honestly, he's probably the most likable guy. And I was obviously choosing the players for this video, looking at their stats. Thanasis had 8 points in his last game. Like, why was he not on the MVP ballot? Like, can we be so for real? And why, like, the holy Giannis Glaze, why weren't they trying to trade for Thanasis? I mean, I think he's all-star. I'd be like superstar. Like, he should go up here. Jokes aside, he's probably the worst bench player. You could have gone Alex. I think all 4 of these guys are better bench players than him. You're building a team. It's the last round of the draft. Who do you want? I think it's Tyson, McConnell, Walsh, Kawamura, Antetokounmpo. And then someone you'd pick above all those guys, the Australian boy, Dyson Daniels, like, is one of the most fun 2K players ever. Because all he does is get steals, he dunks, he doesn't do anything else. I mean, he can pull up, but he's not shooting threes. He's driving to the lane, he's getting steals, he's getting blocks. I still, even after saying that, think he's underrated. I think he's the second option on that team if he can get his shooting up. Someone who's not the second option on their team, though, is Conkinipple. Any other rookie class from the last probably 5 years, maybe not the Wemby one, but Konkinipple's winning Rookie of the Year. In any other class, Konkinipple's winning Rookie of the Year. He had a great year. He shot completely lights out. I think he was the bright spot on that Charlotte team. LaMelo Ball can't stay healthy. Couldn't stay healthy. He is right here on this list. Hi, LaMelo. Another person, is Giannis Antetokounmpo. If you watch Giannis's interviews, I feel like everyone that's ever met Giannis ever, he's like the funniest, most out of pocket, like, he's just the best. Like, I think he is the... Why can I not move Cade back? Thank you. He is 100% an all-star. There's no argument about that. I think he's top 30 all time. Maybe top 25. I think if he can go out with Miami and lead them to a finals appearance or even an Eastern Conference appearance, I think he gets into top 10 range, top 15 range. Someone who won't be reaching that level, though, I gotta stop, is Desmond Bane. Most underrated player probably in the league. He like his stats. Let me pull up his stat line for the casuals. He okay. Season. Let me move myself. 20.1. Okay, 4-4. I thought he had a much better season than that. But he again, his ceiling is 30, 15, and 15. 30, 10, and 10. His ceiling is a triple double. His floor is that. I think he had a floor season. Someone who didn't even have a season at all, though, is Trae Young. He's still elite. Is he better than Scotty or Con? Probably. I think Con will maybe surpass him. I think a lot of people hate Trae Young, and I think that's why I like him. He is the OG NBA rage baiter. I mean, you could say someone like JaVale McGee. Not JaVale. Yeah, JaVale. Yeah, JaVale McGee. Lance Stevenson. But it is really Trae Young. Like, the New York rage bait is so insane. And then, I mean, he is the worst I could find. I picked him just because I really just didn't have anyone else to pick. I didn't want to go with Jokic. I feel like Jokic, he's not overrated. But I went to a camp, and a kid had the audacity to say he's still the best in the league, and he's top 5 all time, or top 10 all time. Maybe top 20? But not top 10, not top 15. Jared McCain, on to Jared McCain. I think he's my favorite player in the whole league. If you haven't watched The Richard Show episode, you have to watch that. If you don't know who Jared McCain is, watch that. I think he is criminally underrated. I think you learn that in the playoff series against the Spurs, that he is criminally underrated. But I mean, he doesn't care what anyone thinks. Another player that doesn't care what anyone thinks is LaMelo. LaMelo, I don't care what anyone says, he is still elite. Tell me I'm wrong. He is still elite. When LaMelo's on the court, eight times out of 10, he's the best one on the court. He may make a dumb play once in a while, but he pulls up from 40. And even, like, he does that for points. Like, style points. And it's not like that's all he does, is he just makes these ridiculous shots he can't make a layup. He shows off because he can. Someone who doesn't show off is Young Hansen. He is, again, I think it's just because of his draft story. Like, that was super cool when he got drafted out of the stands. He didn't have a good year. I think he is fighting for the backup center job. Someone who's not fighting for the backup job is Keontae George. He is the best player on the Jazz, and he is the best player the Jazz have had since maybe, I don't know, is he elite or is he all-star? I think underrated. He is elite and underrated. I wonder if I can copy him. But he probably since Donovan Mitchell. He was elite last year. He was the best one on the court. Again, like LaMelo. Probably 6 out of 10 times. He is elite. He is an elite player, and I feel like next year he's going to really show that off. Someone who's not going to show off next year is Al Horford. I loved Al Horford on the Celtics. I called him Al Roker because he looks like Al Roker and his name is Al. He was just a spark. He was just the glue player for the Celtics, I feel like, for a long time. And then he left and went to Golden State. For, oh my gosh, who did he get drafted to? Shoot, Keaton Wagler, right? Things I should probably know. Keaton Wag. Oh my gosh, Clippers. Okay, yeah. He was another one that I could not find another one. He went to, oh, and then another reason for Keontae George is he went to Baylor, and I picked them to win it all when he was there. But I picked Illinois to go to my Final Four, and he was like the only rookie I recognized that the Clippers got. And then, oh my gosh, for the Lakers, like top, I think he's the best NBA player of all time. Um, if you don't understand this, you shouldn't. I had a group of friends at a camp, and the whole time we were the Luke Kennard talk show. Like, on anything we did, we were Luke Kennard. Because this kid said, like, he's a top 10 NBA player right now. So we say he's the GOAT. He's probably, bench 27 against any team in the playoffs. It doesn't matter if you're playing freaking me. It's still impressive. Someone else who's impressive is Dylan Brooks. I love watching Dylan Brooks play. And he is an elite player. Because he literally goes out there and his attempt is to piss everyone off. And still be the best player on the court. Which I feel like he does probably the best out of anyone. But the best is Russell Westbrook. All time, he's elite. Currently, he's probably right here. I'm a Thunder fan. He did so much for the city of Oklahoma City. That's weird. But Mr. Triple-Double. You don't get that nickname by, not scoring a triple-double. You don't get that nickname without being Russell Westbrook. Or being somebody that plays and is Russell Westbrook. Now, somebody who doesn't play like Russell Westbrook is Max Christie. Underrated. I think people still don't see enough of Max Christie. I think his ceiling by the end of his career, he will have made an all-star team. He is the second option on that team. He was this year. Now, with Kyrie coming back, he won't be. But he's still a spark. He's still a young, great player. He's probably the best thing the Mavs got out of the Luka trade. He is the best thing besides, I guess. Did it no. But I think you will start to know Max Christie's name by the end of his career. Speaking of Russell Westbrook, Steven Adams, would you rather have Steven Adams or Al Horford? That's a great, I think slightly Al Horford. He's just a monster. But he's like a cuddle monster. That's a great nickname. But, you see, when anyone gets into a fight ever and Steven Adams is on the court, Steven Adams breaks it up. It is Steven Adams' job to protect the team. Who is this? Oh, this is Isaiah Stewart. Okay. Isaiah Stewart, he just came over to the Grizz. Bro. I feel like he's up there with the most likable. I did a franchise rebuild with the Pistons, or not rebuild, but I played through with them through the playoffs. He is underrated. He, how do I say this? He just plays like he's 7'4", or at least he did in my 2K. He was blocking everything. Now, I don't know if y'all do this in 2K, but you got a point guard and guarding a shooting guard. You jump with the point guard, the shooting guard drives, and you block him with the center. So you just bait for blocks. He was the GOAT at this. Isaiah Stewart is the GOAT of block baiting. The GOAT of dunking, though, is not Carter Bryant. He is extremely underrated. He will be. No, he's not. He's no Dylan Harper. But him and Dylan Harper are going to be elite on the Spurs. I think, especially next year, he's going to get a huge starting role. Not starting role. He's going to have a huge role. Someone who's not going to have a huge role because he needs to retire is DeAndre Jordan. I picked him solely because he went to Texas A&M. My mom went to A&M. I'm an Aggie. So that rounds out our list. We tried to put Luke Kennard at All-Star. Tried to put Thanasis at All-Star. I think the things we learned from this is that Keontae George is extremely underrated. I don't know who this guy is. And that Jordan Tyson went to the same middle school as me. That's your pregame speech. I'm Jackson with the pregame speech. And that is your pregame speech. Hopefully I can get one of these longs out once a week. This is this week's. When I record this is June 27th. Hopefully I can get one out by July, 4th, 5th. But I will see y'all then. I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless.